yeah, and I bet no wa say ya betway or blow na etume yifrimo still and our betting good all around unlike other betting platforms are I don't know betting or the same power you don't have opportunity to go back na etuma ye but then with betway anything or a different cry and with betway no or at a point of losing the crampono you can still be a winner with betway and you loser that only Betway na kutwa wo bet ni bi wase bet responsibly me say rutwa oye bet na na sabe adwene ho ebien na usike bi a ode baby adibe bi no bet oye ade bien idede bedi another endi enti mama usika no oye besa ye pede di inti na esutwa no betway no but then bet responsibly. Betway get way more damaso and a Ridge Royal Hotel the main control there abusumi nyina no oye Ghana month busumi we dey suwa ye dey celebrate oman Ghana oninti enshishay ahrobebre na waye ewo Ridge Royal Hotel was the washase on the 6th of March the penabesino kon and was shedumezina say was the pool party Royal Independence Pool Party was the bay damaso and agudi bebre ano kan but then Ridge Royal Hotels men can show there every Saturday mimini de biara ewo oye busumi mu mimini de biara ewo busumi mu no I want to we busia no or the opportunity or the one the one so boko na wakaji onenyi ewo wa bra agoro ediban enzema akoro bebre recordo ewo ho oninti for feshim ewo Ridge Royal Hotel na apart from all these Saturdays and every day bianso no we be one abo was the actual epede you want your business called Ridge Royal Hotel na anyone in KD or Juma the best hotel in the whole central region until a lot of packages bebre zimo what was second Ridge ewo ogoyara orinti phrase 0312 003222 and 0501 672908. My mention in San Humano do Mobile 0312 003222 and 0516 0501 672908 Efre Ridge Royal Hotel wabejodo na enshishay ahrubi obiano wanyo aka ana anyone ako na wonso akaji wenyi elho so enjumakui na ewiabre oriso enasen ba me catch the ebu yen abo yezato epede ye bowo egwadi hu bia dewur yezimo eye business owner ebu ewu shop epede egbo hu dewur yezimo eye company afi erutwom na echum kesifreza to Kastle 90.3 we have the largest coverage ewo oye central region we have the largest coverage western region some part of western region one sabakan some part of greater Accra some part of eastern region ewo nyina no one sakan wo edi djuma oye binu wo friend we did for until we have the largest coverage or until we go dibiara ana adibe pede ye bohu de wuri ezimo no man hwe bibia brafudie maha your Johnson Street your Ben Cape Coast Metropolitan Assembly damaso ena ye Ben oye Jubilee School on until edru ogwa ana edru Cape Coast bisede kotokraba edru kotokraba kade ehwehwe Cape Coast Metropolitan Assembly ekwano ewa bisede me pe Kastle 90.3 FM Kastle 90.3 FM eho ene yewa yeridi yenu djuma enti wasobra na yenzi djuma na wegwadze no onko n'enyim ewo ho but then ebia ewochi ana epede efre na enyim pemfo so twetwe inkomo afre dem ahome 0507 19 17 19 0507 19 17 19 and 0507 19 1618 0507 19 1618 a friend of mine ya impinfo bejodo na wanyu easy income more Kastle 90.3 FM blending tradition with star Onity joining on Facebook na yensi inkomo na ena menyo rizi inkomo bi about state-owned enterprises. And His Excellency John Dramani Mahama officially we meet oya CEO sa wadano na onwana twetwe inkomo na inkomo twetwe ni nyina no eye kwana wobafado na enwana sabe warebakaw no enwana warebakaw aban injuma omani injuma warebakaw no wabasesa wonu dwumedim na afi wode infoso abra omani na enkomo ni nyina no na His Excellency orkade wo ono na banim wo afi 2025 onyaza a state-owned enterprise aya bana dwumaku bi na se edwuma na eye no owode nyamfoso na ekawa ebo no doso sen infoso a oreba onyaza obeja tum de biarada na ansa na His Excellency bakasa no Finance Minister Dr. Kastle Atoba Forsen Oma a figure or a statistics how these state-owned enterprises are faring. How these state-owned enterprises are faring. And now when you jina bio efan the infoson and na oye a kawa warable. Na menyo bako na ete za Dr. Kastle Atoforsen ozi tu gani bi. But then also state housing company, Ghana Reinsurance Company, Tema Development Company were the only state-owned enterprises that managed to pay dividends in 2024. These three entities, in one, and a sabe yarika say yamoni sika de won fon kwato na ada ana yamoni dwetir de won fen digwa nka da mindwume eba sen enwon ina woko gwado na wokedi gwa no waze infoso kakra ana waze infoso waze bay na osidame ndwumaku eba sen infoso a waze bay e 28.7 million Ghana cedis ena waze bogu omani ni sikem oninti ehwe oye state-owned enterprises ahrowa ye won wo omani mu na wone mmodin ba wareba ena che oyaza onkoye but yabokoda na abani ndwuma abakaw mabo His Excellency ne voice no na ewia wonso wadwenkyerɛ ɛwɔ ho ɛwɔ nsɛm a ɔdze tugua ewia yɛahwɛ the figures ndwumaku no one figures a wɔdzerema ɛwɔ hɔ yɛnkɔ na yɛnte His Excellency yɛmbra na yɛba yɛbezi nkɔmɔ.
All of you are welcome. Thank you very much for being together with us. I hear I missed a horror movie. And Shamima put the question whether after watching that movie you are still prepared to go forward. And I heard aye. She didn't say as many as are not in favor say no. So I'm putting that question. As many as are not in favor say no and just walk out. And we know that you are not prepared to be part of this reset and this reform. I think you all voted aye. So you're part of the reset agenda, and we expect something completely different from you. The reports we would look at next year will be the report for 2024. So really your performance will show when we do the 2026 review. That will show for 2025. And I'm going to come and sit in that review, and we will mark you based we'll mark you based on your performances. And if you're not matching with the pace of the reset agenda, you might be asked to step aside. And so if that adds to the horror movie, that's the intention. Thank you. Thank you for your presence this morning and the opportunity to address you. This morning's activity is not just a forum for discussion, but a decisive call to action, demanding bold leadership, accountability, and an unwavering commitment to excellence from you as chief executives of state-owned enterprises. This meeting reaffirms my commitment to the promise of a shake-up of all loss-making SOEs and realigning them to break even and transition into profit-making. As you have all noted, my 2024 campaign promises and the 120-day social contract with the good people of Ghana were not mere rhetoric. The 2023 State Ownership Report produced by the State Interest and Governance Authority, SIGA, reveals the inefficiencies affecting many of our SOEs. And this demands that we act with conviction and courage to tackle the systemic challenges confronting these enterprises. Many of our specified entities have operated inefficiently for far too long. They've been burdened by waste, underperformance, conflict of interest, and a complete detachment from national interest. Many of our SOEs have been used as mere instruments for generating personal wealth for persons appointed to positions within the entity. And who are the ones responsible for this situation? It's the chief executives, the management, and the management boards of these enterprises. Some of these enterprises have become perennial loss makers, draining public funds with bloated budgets, unjustified allowances and perks, and unnecessary expenditures, while relying on government bailouts as if they were entitled to them. Indeed, many of your entities are at their lowest point in the entire history of the Fourth Republic. Ladies and gentlemen, the era of impunity, mediocrity, and financial recklessness must end today. I'm happy you clapped. It's not going to be business as usual. We're going to reset your entities. The Ghanaian people have entrusted me with the responsibility of resetting our nation and our economy, and I don't intend to betray that trust. My administration's first 120 days has set the foundation for a new era of governance, anchored on efficiency, integrity, and tangible results. In fulfillment of this social contract, we have implemented a lean government as promised, confirmed a complete list of cabinet ministers within the 14 days promised, and will soon publish a strict code of conduct for all public officials. As I said yesterday, you are among the category of public officers obliged to declare your assets upon assuming office, and also upon leaving office. A lot of your predecessors have failed to declare their assets, including ministers and CEOs who have left. And so the Auditor General must follow them and get them to comply. The Director General of SIGA will ensure that you all comply with your assets declarations. The Auditor General will submit a list of those who have complied by an agreed cut-off date, and those who fail to comply would be sanctioned, including possible removal from office. My vision for reform is clear, anchored on performance, accountability, and national interest. Under my leadership, specified entities will be transformed into engines of growth, aligning with our goal of a 24-hour economy that expands job opportunities and drives industrialization. At the center of this transformation is SIGA, which will evolve from a passive observer into an empowered enforcer of national interest. SIGA will act as a command center and be equipped with executive authority to 1. Negotiate and enforce performance contracts with heads of entities. 2. Conduct regular in-depth assessment of SOE finances, ensuring transparency and exposing mismanagement. 3. Issue binding directives, implement compliance mechanisms, and intervene directly in underperforming entities. And 4, commission independent audits to identify inefficiencies and financial leakages. And 5, set and monitor performance metrics with tangible consequences for non-performance. Loss-making SOEs will no longer be tolerated. They will be swiftly reformed, they will be merged, privatized, or shut down. Corruption, procurement fraud, and financial mismanagement will be prosecuted strictly, and boards that rubber stamp poor decisions will be replaced. The practice also of, in a few cases, using entity resources and funds to indemnify board members from accountability must cease immediately. SOEs must deliver strategic value, particularly in energy, transport, manufacturing, agriculture, and finance, to support Ghana's industrialization and the 24-hour economy initiative. Entities like the Electricity Company of Ghana, ECG, the Ghana Grid Company, Ghana Water Company, Ghana Cocoa Board, Ghana National Petroleum Corporation, Metro Mass Transit, Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority, Agricultural Development Bank, National Investment Bank, and telecom SOEs must play pivotal roles in ensuring that the people of Ghana have stable electricity, water supply, production efficiency, transportation, digital banking, and a cashless economy that operates 24/7. Additionally, our SOEs must be at the forefront of Ghana's economic transformation. They must play a vital role in implementing our administration's key initiatives, and these include the 24-hour economy policy to stimulate job creation, enhance industrial productivity, and optimize national output. The Accelerated Export Development Council, which has commenced work to promote exports as part of our broader strategy for economic transformation. The Women's Development Bank, which has received its initial seed funding and will soon be operationalized. The Jumaura National Apprenticeship and 1 million coders program, all of which have been funded in our first budget to expand employment opportunities for young people. Ladies and gentlemen, we appointed you because we have confidence in you, and we expect that each of you will lead with professionalism and urgency to fulfill your mandates as follows. 1, to operate your entities as competitive businesses, not political offices, by innovating new revenue streams and eliminating dependence on government bailouts. To conduct operational audits to cut waste, streamline procedures, and enhance service quality. And to achieve this, you have to think outside the box. Don't say that is how it's always been done. To tie compensation to measurable performance metrics, including financial results, operational efficiency, and transparency through public financial reporting. Your entity cannot be making losses and you are demanding salary increases and bonuses. It's not acceptable. To comply with statutory requirements by submitting audited financial statements to SIGA no later than April 30th of every year. This, as the Finance Minister told you, is non-negotiable and indeed is part of the PFMA, and we're going to exact compliance. Embrace research and development to boost productivity and reduce reliance on public funding. And then collaborate with SIGA to drive transparency, accountability, and innovation. I've directed SIGA to compile and submit a report to the Senior Presidential Advisor on Governmental Affairs by mid-May each year, detailing all entities that fail to meet the deadline for submission of audited financial statements. We will enable swift action against non-compliance. Failure to deliver results in any area will not be excused. And as I said earlier, if you are not prepared to be part of the reset, now is the time to just walk out. The Ghanaian people deserve better and will not accept mediocrity. A World Bank assessment report, and I thank our World Bank rep for the statement he made. A World Bank assessment report revealed that governance gaps, fragmented oversight, and outdated regulations are the root cause of our poor SOE performance. To tackle these challenges head-on, the Public Financial Management for Sustainable Development Program will be supported with support from the World Bank, is undertaking a study under the auspices of SIGA, as he told you. These in-depth analyses are expected to produce comprehensive reports with actionable recommendations for Cabinet approval and implementation. The selection of entities for evaluation is meticulous. It targets 120 specified entities, including 50 state-owned enterprises, 16 joint venture companies, and 54 other state entities. The evaluation process will commence with the first batch of 16 selected entities. Ladies and gentlemen, imagine a future where our state-owned enterprises are beacons of efficiency, innovation, and excellence, driving growth and prosperity for our nation. That future is within our reach. But to exploit this potential, we must embark on a transformative journey. We must streamline governance structures. We must eliminate redundancies and infuse our decision-making processes with discipline and agility of the private sector. By embracing public-private partnerships, we can access specialized expertise and boost operational efficiency without sacrificing our core values. This bold new approach requires a national rebirth marked by courageous decision-making, calculated risk-taking, and an unwavering dedication to excellence. Together, let's revolutionize and reset our SOEs and unleash a brighter future for generations yet unborn. And my final word, our nation Ghana stands at a turning point. We cannot afford the complacency and incompetence of the past. We have confidence in all of you who have been appointed to these agencies. We've made significant progress in less than 120 days, but this is only the beginning. Our commitment to reform will not waver. Under the guidance of God Almighty and our own resources and expertise, and working hand in hand with the people of Ghana, we will build the Ghana we all want. And I'm committed to leading this transformation, and I call each of you to join me in doing this. Together we shall reset our economy and build a prosperous future for our country. I thank you, and may God bless you all.
All right, so His Excellency John Dramani Mahama and yetse in Koma Ozi Tugano. Minyano is about resetting state-owned enterprises. And he say resetting everybody there. And I know on ye abanumu mpemfunkwete another ministers wonu juma wodi and it is about the nation. Oninti omani ninjuma warubo omani ikaw na wonya for subiano de oyanza abani obahwe ema akonenyim. But yente oya finance minister na miwia mumbe ahomanu mfontum na menje woso view on these state-owned enterprises. Ekawa wadi bo omani ena insusuya abano odi riba ewo eho. Yes, meji unsu view ewo ho. Inti yente Dr. Kastle atofo nembra na mumbe ahomanu ntumo.
General Siga, the chairpersons and members of the governing board of specific state-owned enterprises, the country director of the World Bank, colleagues, our brothers and sisters from the media, distinguished guests, all other protocol observed. Excellency, it gives me great pleasure to address this important governance session in assessing specific state-owned enterprises and their performance in the years past. This meeting could not come at a better time than this. In fact, it has followed two important meetings of state. The first is the National Economic Dialogue, and the second is the National Budget. Your Excellency, our state-owned enterprises are going through very difficult times. Times that profitability has eluded almost all of them. Mr. President, some specific numbers that we've seen so far indicate, for example, that the Electricity Company of Ghana, for example, has recorded consistent losses from the year 2021. In the year 2021, they made a loss of 1.46 billion Ghana cedis. 2022, 8 billion Ghana cedis. 2023, 5.96 billion Ghana cedis. The Ghana Grid Company made a loss of 93.5 million Ghana cedis in 2022, 8.6 million Ghana cedis in 2023. Gihok Distilleries reported a loss of 25.1 million Ghana cedis in 2022 and 25.5 million Ghana cedis in 2023. Mr. President, this one surprises me. Even the alcohol making company, is making losses. Graphic Communication Group also saw a consecutive losses of 3 million Ghana cedis in 2021, 4.4 million Ghana cedis in 2022, and 15.1 million in the year 2023. The Ghana Cocoa Board, the largest loss-making company, also saw 2.4 billion Ghana cedis loss in 2021 and 3.8 billion Ghana cedis in the year 2023. To put these figures in perspective, in the year 2018, only two state-owned companies, state-owned enterprises made some profit or paid dividends. Your Excellency, they are the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority and the Ghana Reinsurance Company. In the year 2019, this number increased from 2 in 2018 to 3. The GPHA, Ghana Re, and TDC. And they contributed 14.4 million Ghana cedis, all three of them. However, in the year 2024, Ghana Port and Harbours Authority started making losses. And we recorded a new company that has declared dividends. The State Housing Company replaced the GPHA. And the three of them, being the State Housing Company, the Ghana Re, and TDC, together contributed a dividend of 28.7 million Ghana cedis. Mr. President, these persistent losses does not reflect the potential of our state-owned enterprises. Unfortunately, some of them are posing significant fiscal risk to the economy of the Republic of Ghana. The two most threatening and most worrisome is the ECG and the Ghana Cocoa Board. To reverse this trend, we must implement a bold turnaround strategy that transforms loss-making state-owned enterprises into financial viability and self-sustaining institutions.
Orinti Dr. Kastle to forcing the finance minister and also Oze report Kakraziaba as how these state-owned enterprises are doing. And what's about Warubo and the Ejume Kubi today oye Gihok distilleries. Enka one in Sanade and Awaye and other Njuma Ahruwa or fall under oye the company no. A kawa wabo in 2022 over 25 million Ghana cedis. 2023 25.5 million Ghana cedis. Gridco over 96 million Ghana cedis in 2022. 2023 over 86 million or billion Ghana cedis. Nina eye ekawa. These companies wadzerbo or my concron Ghana. And Tinjumokua enka awade discover no as Dr. Kastle to forcing Ozitugwa there Ejumokubit there Gihok. He was surprised. The ensa why ensa nadi ensa so di odibo kroma water pa. But at the end of the day, Ejumokui wa abakau. So as a nation, yabayana then. Yabakodana nkoma ye di nyina no. Me base is on the political appointment. And the president made an emphasis on it. The political appointment into these state-owned enterprises or state-owned agencies. Because of your political appointment, let me share one reporting. Make sure one reporting mu. Ibinim kra also there annually. What they one report what they call na what you know one found call. And since what's also 5 years to cry, they are making losses. They don't avail their books. And paying forward the Jumanano. Or money yet you want to call. Can we continue? The opinion, maintain there. I want to ebwe one kasi Juma. The cocoa board. Or Yawoza. Na afobida or dano. Na cocoa board one is a why you there. Ghana cocoa ekwafo no cocoa a wodua no want to more fun kwama na ze individual de work akoton enta wo cocoa board awo na eto from oye the farmers ekwafo no cocoa board awo din there eto oye cocoa no different ekwafo no ho na akoton wo oye world another international market. A cotton or wazaba and per the international market more ton cocoa and a more dima cocoa equafuna on seni in Tonuka recent in our political game. ABC and this waba about to me day. MPP was what to me day. Yenimde before Aban and the MPP Aban led by His Excellency Nana Adudan Akufo-Addo obe free abemuno. And a cocoa quafono we pay him the amon. But no one there still on ye enough compare the international market and the share what the mono on ye enough. Sikanu foam. And the and they abagana yanu cocoa tonnage no wabe foam because people are smuggling it to the neighboring countries so we free the walker wo benya sika kese. And to me the cocoa board the case study. The cocoa board, I was in there. I am power kaji, oye sikawa manadi, there were cocoa, and see, yaba na yaba about turn each other what that to corner na equafunu subenya na winya. And I would in there ato equafunu cocoa na aqua cotton or tele enyan for so, but cocoa board still obaka. I didn't ato equafono. Me eton with the Ghana city eduko amanada will charge dollars into sikano ebi baba kan e de nya for so no still cocoa board reboka ono na oya His Excellency that to gwa there now no oyaza wo betina ho madam Njumokui abaka another one ECG 2021 1.46 billion 2022 of sold 8.6 billion or 8 billion. 2023 5.9 billion. Ni nyina ye ekawa ena Electricity Company of Ghana wadzibo omani. But ne ye wo impayfo dana wo tue wan ka at the end of the day. Because of your political appointment. Inti wo kokra ena wabaka production losses and technical losses and wabaka nwunran at the end of the day wo account bebre. Because ECG awodin de enyina ma wodi na obi anu ya da mo no won so ton on nti ende onye post paid meters biewa abeka de nkofo we use electricity na wodi bill aba we ntua no and onye prepaid enti ame a customer mamoto no ono na wodi mam enti I pay before I get the electricity na me de dijuma and the prepaid okofun a oche de min tobi enti before me use electricity ana ma to ansana enti ECG won strike the technical losses in mfemfremu na won hwe ekawa wajiribo omani. So can we continue as a nation like that? Ne yehwe mpanyufo woda no sika ahoro a worinya sika ahoro wodu twa wan kaw enti man paying that to go there going forward, you know, either there some of these state-owned enterprises, you know, it be what good because it's on them work out. And so another one imagine and now why and private what the mama private sector be na we bosum na ya hwede boko any manner because state-owned enterprise be bria our money mu. Let's say only 3 of them were able to pay dividends in 2024. And no money you cry on your bay. But the CEOs there, they are being paid. And to ones who are generated. And a kawa warubi, can we continue as a nation that every year biano and cause day yabaka one who enforce every year bian yaba na yabobo yabedi one komo ewo a cow. Ejumoku bit there, STC. State Transport Corporation. Ejumoku bi today oye Metro Mass. Alfred no nkofo no Metro Mass. Wo baka. STC entika no obifo na we chase card amo. Minim woni operation eyi, but ma minyim de ka no o answer no nyimpa no bofo na we twe ticket anamebua. We twe sika. Enti I wanted to wana akutwe mfemfiri mu. Ni nya na chi no nso wasa no wo baka. They are running losses. Until 2024, only according to the finance minister, only 3 SOEs in Ghana were able to pay dividends. And one NSL money yamo sika and a year adwuma one said 1 year adwuma no. The mean jumokuye ba sa per and the wotum wonyam for so what the ma money. And Kenny in our work out. At a crown and uncle from our work out. But they were paying for what dana. Boshumusa. What you want to call? Recently, Bibe SIC State Insurance Company. Mami, Aban for Fraba, Kofi and Tiasi. And just what the Nisico Jinya, Jessica Buchoji. By Yembi said that SIC, they are part of the state-owned enterprises. SIC, are they making profits? But my one the new CEO or the new board director when you question Sikana, my men no jani ye complain. They miss Sikana no what man. One so do. But at the end of the day, SIC or Bobakau into money ya crayana ya bay. One and all barber. And I'm paying for our pointy in painful quality the Munjumukuyani and that one fair any in home. The one fair in one this time round. What should we do as a nation? Accountability. Now what should they open a day Jumayani and one more than so? Oh, that's now another minion panel all the way you need through. No way you need through one so. What you need through what then? As I'm said, But me your view just 10 minutes. Na yenzin komo. Na atakura sante watina se. Ewia. Na mama oye the political actors in Sabum. Na yenzin komo. Ewa ha 0244 408046 0244 408354. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, man.
Yes, sir.
What made the question saying, sir boy?
Question is, I mean, too.
Madam Suman, fact, it says American. Yet it be cocoa board, bringing yet this time. I got a body to cool. No, $100. I $100 and instead of what saying you are. What saying you are, but you agent. Let the be people go to the man not swap, but only able to see a suit over as young people. In fact, my brother, well, you know, I lost them pay for million. I will pay you and that too. I lost them pay for million. I will pay you and that she. That is it, you to prepare. But what say ya? Will I would get what kind of one? But pay now because you know, people know tell one book. Brother, but said you are a flat. Yeah, it's a super get to one to the Mavia. When you know Bobako. And then said, I said, you see the education for me. They won't get to know the outdoor activity. I say you find a little bomb and why you send out one. Well, I don't want to tell I unity don't cry. I mean, Palma can walk, but you put all away with the walk of Sula. Yes, a military capability. You didn't try to far. And the minister. Get them and say, "Yes, woman." But get them in all you to me there. Education, they walk to school every room. I want to why they make me that some kind of money in your room for so. Then the million people here, you are. This is what the million people here know. Or money will come out with China Kawai. I'm for obeying them.
But I say, yes, you I good, Papa. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir. Ejuma bakaw na nya order ejuma na no no wotua ne kaw bum emi de oyamansesam oyamana osande kanu no aye wo ejuma mu no emre bi ba ya was ability to pay. Madam ability to pay no name ejuma nche ewo Kastle FM awore no and the worker who there and the bottom yet the miscan wabra yenya 10 over. Na Yarbakau and the Asia Tacotiantum, Yarbakau and the penny pay boom. And I said, and if and the Jumana Yarbakau all day yet champagne for cow, Sika Otterdam, Sisi Analaka BB a Metro Mass. Or the same transport business in VIP. Yes, you dear. No, I see on Namakwandia will be to one pet. And Fibaye bien a bassa and none when you knew. And your Kwankuriala, driver for Kuriala, and operate the same transport business here. It is a wire car, Juma Wakawa, and Shabin Baye. Na bani de anano ejuma bia na bani ye bia na obia ye bi muenya mfaso no ayan Ghana for the yedri oya cow hotel oya cow what on mo bi dia na wenya mfaso abadi bieu na hia ye pere ye hia ho do man say an say yesu banda my rabiri na president rike ye hu a hia lo obodi bebi aye bobore hia ho.
All right,
medasi
maso medasi Papa. Good afternoon.
Afternoon.
Yes, sir.
Come where you know, so I do a table is a gun for it to a payment for. Now, I'm very poor. Okay, 2 more about our boy. My dinner, Father Bay, 2023. Or my 30%, or my Senate for 25%. That
David in common, Papa, that Adano, on your demon common here is I. On your demon common here is it. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, yes, man.
Yes, sir.
Yes, man. Michel Kunina.
Alaji, Yajodo.
Malos, man.
Oshopa.
Yo, Tiano, Kadam, Salam alaikum, man, Baraka de Azumi.
All right.
Oya, your ho. Ghana for Omay in Iron Koyo to join him, Nayam Bob, Yan Sre, Excellency and not offended,
John Dramani Mama.
No, young Ponytail, Papa day. Mawaboti, Magan paying for why you're Gani. On funny sense, Nini Sufum. Yes, sir. Ghana for wow, and the money Ghana paying for wow for money arbor. Now let this is where then a young I go. Cocoa boy the Kaji Bussada the Babu to Cuckoo. A real the Cocoa no quite Abaco. I baby some the Ghana paying for catching the moon. It's a Ghana paying for the VAT now, you can decide you when we are confana. It's a mechanism, Mr. Sabi, no. Can you be a minority leader in market talk? This town or the Hodamaco, you don't obey. Over the Ghana water, can I be a parliament? When now, what kind of the life is that? Abba money you be.
Alaye, but I say.
Abba money you be.
Yamisha will say, good afternoon. How are you, Jennifer? Apple me. Yamiado, I've been to. Baby. But I see. Yes. All right. But I say, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes, sir.
Abanyamo. Abamina.
Papa.
Me, Coco Boy, will come out of Korea. Abamina. I am no young country. Open in your cocoa, but it's timidity. Every minute, maybe or after you were in the cocoa, is a cocoa busa. Then Abaman 20%. But it's got with him a cocoa. Coffee, Yabakan Lusa by Yagin Damara. That's a Yaboka. I'm coming to prepare near issue. One prepare 5 week there to 2 and 8 city. To be out here 40 city. One time, my man came a mouth to him. He said, Bakati Yabaka. Oh, yeah, young free in Dia, walk out with 2 good Shiadi. You was the blue. You didn't want to you. You wouldn't die, young canton. You got me a car, will be a Yana Cabata, young Pinson. The just as you won't play another better one. What will do we? Okay. Yana and Patrick, on my end. No, people if I ever have home, no, you because in the chicken food. Couldn't get your beneath a catcher. Because you know, maybe I'll be a catcher the mean fellow with this. Yes, I have Wall Street.
But I say, but go radio, good afternoon.
Fantastic afternoon.
Isaac Khalifa.
The taxi driver. It is so good, but this situation has common sense to analyze it. What I say. It's a milky taxi. Now, by the end of the month, nothing goes as a profit to the owner. Common sense will tell me that I deserve not to be paid. Is that not it?
Mm-hmm.
Come first say how then did the owner pays me? Well, and on my problem are political appointees. ECG boss, a political appointees, Cocoa board, a political appointees. And to back up Crampona, and Nam said the government appoints them, no, is their own, and for that matter, they are not hold responsible. That's our problem. But yes, and then say insurance. Check the number of cars in Ghana. Yeah, especially with the tax people. We pay insurance without any benefit, and by the end of the day, most of my boka. I don't get it. And the tax when accident, forget about it. By the end of the day, most of my boka. It says can I wait the fee on Echo him. What you say? Echo him for. And to the media, in conclusion, no political appointees, no, and one queer. It's as simple as that.
Good afternoon.
Afternoon, Kwamra.
Yes, sir. Nana Kwame ando maji ya ofe.
Madasi. Mami chawu wa go kwini na ai.
All right.
Kwamra. Cocoa board. So what's wa gbaka wa? Cocoa board payin na wana.
Payin da wana.
Payin da wanu. Enti so wa gbaka wa. The music na so bi se payin mo all this cannibal. Because all day na o do cocoa kwa anana wo kwato cocoa wa gbaka. Mo ju o me sa so. Kasi kan ekoro wa gboro ko be gbaro. O pay through one. If the Mexican and pay for the cocoa board in Anon. The Mexican what from one that be a Sikawaka Shanwaka Famla. And the electricity, sir. That's what can I have no, so I mean, you know. Because Sankoto prepared that old man to be 2 days, no one the Kawa Twamo. Emma, no, we are back at the Kawa, let the Mexican one more. Up I mean, no crime anymore. I'm not 1 hour. It's in the maximum work or your Pesemuka. You can't walk home. You know what can I have a cow? Ya kana jọda mani mama one wasn't so you be no dead man or wa bakon the miss come on question of family because Ghana in his case I put to juma na na kwame na be okay
Pastor Bedasi, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes, sir.
I'm Kwame. Ebo switch off.
Okay, Ebo switch off. Switch off me too.
The baby no pieces. I can't put the purchase every kakao when there. On a bed of kind there. I am Penifuna no where your government appointees. Nti oya na name bi ho a won tumi abani ntumi kan no be in CBA. O send that ya hwe bibi to there mami sisi ada pa ni sike ya oya da ma di sha ayi oya ye dwan se ye tan ni pa ya tna ye wechi ye tna sa ye dwan ho ye ntase. Hwe da wa mo sika sa he $43 million with Ahinahi. I will do that of Funadi was a wasa or Chion called Fiscal Bicati or Don Munsumo. It let me see caught today, not say, dear or year, Lazula, or 1 million or so, or Bola Nada, Martin, or my Minua, or so the women may say. Past 9 months, that's one chan a cow. That's how we put a minister is coming to win channel. That's the music caught to them. No, I'm not now. Well, I can't. That's a president to make a day. Oh, you did the around fan day. They are. I get why and sassy. Oh,
but your Zoom line contract when Chelsea can't mess the other part. I
only pin order a year now. I don't know what but don't put you on.
But when Mrs. the other part, yeah.
Remember, a friend a vaccine I won't cotton famra. Nothing. No, she can't do no or connect a trouble bema. I can't end of the day, no one you do on come was the door. Can you ambulance the part of what turn out as a part in the post ambulance for Kokoto. Now, I got your parent, but you have long way to go.
All right,
Ghana day, Massa. Too bad.
All right, okay. Good afternoon. Yes, sir. All right, Captain, 10 seconds, me too. Yeah, Bank of Ghana, yes. All right. But that's it. Okay. But that's it. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes, sir.
That's your program. That's your man.
What's your poem I've been to?
Fact, that the food people buy my Sabbath and what you're on many years. I tell you, yeah, but be allowed to call. Because they came to one would the miscarriage more than of your building. Hey, this year put like this, after they would do. Who are the local why who are a very Ghana. A Ghana, a plan, and that is yeah, for Mutu, yeah, for the address. This is a photo to pay that food. I had the movie. I pay. Yes, simply for me. One more to me, Papa, the Canadian one guy. I had no.
But I say, last caller, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Kwame man.
Yes, sir. All right, me too.
So, Medical come to my come that time near Kwai, Asha Khalifa Richin, a taxi drivers. Over there, Damia may now, Kodono. Or political appointees, no. On a car, no. Because a president now appoints another the weeping or appoints our party no. But Ghana, as about quiet, yeah, my witness in there. Into me, and Yakulu. Because I don't know when you're boom there, I can into because of party, a political affair, fairness, or me with them party, way, I don't know what my which you know. It's identify, one that's what one year you may be out, to catch and a hand wabaka. On the insurance, they are, I said, for the cane. They are divers insurance, diving insurance almost by 10 years. No years in Bia, no compensation. One money BBL, but no years Samsung Ponashadi. But to work on a bubble, we put a beer, one gets a company that desire way into the moment it's never done no money. Oh, my, I could injure them for politics and no boy and get
But I say, all right, Maso, but I say, I wish I want to worry from Bruno, one French, I mean to me picky or a Kobe bill, for now. But you're best any way 4 lines now more, now, Abamibu, Abra discussions no or record. About to my in the text message, once a map in the text message, another WhatsApp message for Bram. Na menkan enfamo 0244 743 143 0244 743 143. Text message, another WhatsApp message, and after text message in the bin so far 0244 408046 and at 0244 408354. Papa do Fabra na yenzi inkomo. Hi, Kastle 90.3 FM, the biggest conversation me man hodo ya tina say. Atakra Asante from Oye AAK. And Atakra Kwaba.
Yenria.
Ya apome.
Oba de adaro ma bibia boko.
Ya da oba da say. Miji de AAK boko.
Oh, yesu nti bibia ya boko.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, Sam.
Name.
Akwaba.
Yenria.
Bibi abokozi.
Oh, Yamanado, bibi aboko.
Yeah, damn yasi.
Me last week me fear no be say the Manyata Croatia this why AAK versus AAK.
That's our
Cape Coast out.
Still Cape Coast out.
AAK that you can pay.
Yeah, na be nine. All right. Inti ebusha impemfu na minyo bezin komo and the area. But me take just 5 minutes on and His Excellency Osha or CEOs of or your state-owned enterprises. Now, resetting agenda as it to we cannot continue there as a man always here work out. ECG 2021 1.46 billion, 2022 8.6 billion, 2023 5.96 billion. On your ECG ko other state-owned enterprise when you know or work out. Now not a crap. I'm more just 5 minutes. Your take on in the Ishida Okodo and then the reforms are His Excellency Opado Oziba.
Yo kwamna yamfa akonya so naja ya bayere ya nchi ya na chese yankrofo mpobedi ho ya menchia mempi a osaye abane kasamafo osaye mampene kasamafo ni manyamfo Felix kwacho ofusu menchia ne ewiabre obabi bia o di ne dwuma de boa o my Ghana na menchia me party mpenifo me ba mfinfin mantem regional minister honorable ekopeni ono so mechia ne area menchia me papa kwam na mintenya akon ne papa Ricketts na Samuel Atamels MP wo KE kwam na asema me bana wasungusu a ana wanugusu a woka ma betra ma yedin nyina no in fact me ho adwire me kakra na baby a yedu no o man no nyese bibia na yede ye amanyosem amanyosem ne de me hu ne se ne mre beba me ayeden yaye na mprempren de ese ehwe ne yeboa mo man ne so ekoyie kwame na se yeti o mem na aban adwumaku a ya fa mpanimfo do mato ano a menhwehwemu a maye kire se sa state agencies no o makatu yakura ye chen no makatu yakura wo soro chen o mampani na la wa fo mo adwumam no na sa de we se me a me de komia sabe me nkwala adwen mu ana se mensusuye mu a me hu ne se na ka o mampani ana ban bia o ba bia ne yesa ne yema no makatu asam nkoyie masetena mu nkoyie se de be ya ka enkofa nibre mfa nkoma sa nkrofo yi se o na sabe me chairman former chairman bia owo AAK me chairman area bre chairman akwadwa akon ofra bra be krampa na asema ya o kan si edwale a yesere nyina akoko ntia senya koko ntia ka enwale nsra
nsanke ye nyina ya toboje mu
ada da ko se unya esra na unya edwale ti da ko so kokko beba oh na ka sabe de kom dia ne o me ya tua wo ka yie ma obibia koyi a ewiase na sabe ye de ko he fa sabe ye bosikani nda me de me nya da je me ko mi krom katechi ase bia na se eye wo wa me ko fiada said ye be ya ememre da no pa ne ye ko bon na me ko akogbo nda ne bi because e da yonko so na da won so na ye bosikani da mi gina wo hwe ye bohia ni da so am gina wo hwe ni nyina is 6 feet ni nyina da na obi abeda ba bi the same size na abeda adaka no na sebe ebia wo de obi de ebo odin che obi ba ada ni na ya adaka e kwa akose fom so ade ase enti die pa na yaji ni wiase sebe wiase unya bibi kakra ka wa wo ba bia do ti betu unya ba bia wa so bia be di kakra wanya bia hwe wo yire no ma ka de biem eni ani bra e wo Ghana fo inya ndi CMPP samu ne ye ka ne o ye ka my Ghana kwamena media make an say o mampani mahama kasa wodi atudwa ewiabre no menkoye te se kasa keke ezanya kwa amena ya mu bi ohun no kwasam ya ba akopɛ ya point is ayeyi wo mo no ya mu bi ya mark wo mo closely because emre bi bedu a bi e baba betena ha won kasa o na takora ya NDC ni ne wo bo NDC ni yachi ya nso so sabe ensam a emwa nipa abra bombiem esan say ya tua wo kayie kwame na metie ise SIC o say pa mi a ode MPP minu asam ne nipa ya
SIC
say na sam yonko a ya mi sia ono no ke baako oh na twa katua na ma mi je me se kwame na da meti TV ho me dum TV no because me yam se me na katua nipa baako je no ne nyina chi no na se wo so oman no niaman ketenkete bi esa wo ye no man nso nya ho faso na ase o man na sa aboka na yekoya na ye bai electricity company mesre nipa ye do aba be in charge of CEO where do abeda Ghana water where do abeda cocoa board yenti mubo nsushi ni na batiesre hwe afi be kwana wie ya na se mo ye beba ba betena ha na ye bebobɔ ne ye be katre se ECG penny de ka masa ye ma afiri nkɔ entu aso bie mo
ECG penny wa na man na wa de ka no
na wana da no ye de watu adwuma no ne yaboka kwamna insama me nua no mu serial callers amesme ka wo bi kwamna me ye serial caller enti me ti de omo ye na se hwɛ ye mesi kwamna na sia ye metena ha mbeso so nsɛm bi so o sia betena na ECG penny ye papa mahama o man penny yi no ana Ghana water penny ana cocoa board penny ni abetena ha Bank of Ghana mu hwe Ghana sika sam so yesi aboka enti MPP aban so ne yeboka na meme na natakra betena aka ya uvi sandisi apenso yeboka beba betena ba be difene me metena difene o nipa de na situ CEO so ya me sabe me papa kwabna sante ya man CEO ni ya man post bia ni ya man me nua bia post into kwa akonya office ni bia tena na wanhwe mu ani ule mu no anya adwuma papa amfa mo man no na wo wie na ase ye metena ha medi fa ni si akola se mefre meta attack ya obi antimi nya sa mo ba ya no mu nyina beka bom ni ye nyina ya boa mo man na ye yie nti yesre ye mpanimfo no ade nti cocoa board uhwe sika ye ton sika cocoa ye ton wa manone a me betena ha last year na meka sika twitwiri dia eso chen 3000 na de me maame a woti ochiriku kwasi ama ahinkromfo na mechia mo ke opa ba bia do koko pa yi mikrom kedeji asifiri a ahinkromfo na toa so ade ase na koko na ya ton more than 9000 na uma koko kuani ne 3000 no na wo yeso ase asaboka enti enu awrande ya ba ba betena ho ye besre anibira bo manyimu yentimi ntina wonse say yesika kasia mfa ntwetwa moka ni anwie ni asima boka electricity odwe okura kwa amna wonte ase prepaid yi obi esa obi discount ode yeden ode koto setade na obi ka no menyini say prepaid no yekotua ma obi na nipa ne discount ba ene yeton go fon so yese ayi uto ya na ekọ ntika na free hefa e ka na free he ye use postpaid eno so ayetua wantua ye betwam enti even so wantua mponi ye betwam pa so atua penalty enti aka na free hefa enti abasira omo a de asempanifo se de mo adi kono omo ni nko ye fine ye nua no mo a omo ba ya MPP fo ye fa ne so omo de omo ba ya no obi aboka ye si 3 institution pe no omo amoka
yes
3 no omo amoka ne ye bo omo ba so e wo omo adwuma pa omo ye na de ne ye kan SIC wakofo ndese omo mutwika no STC na hona na akomya wo betre metro TV a na no den waboka adentia enti STC na akomya dia ina za driver for na first kanema
man say STC etwe ticket ana
na but the driver for na first kanema driver for bi ka bi nam kwan so ase afra no D4K o se 4K di o se o cars pa papa no cars meta hu ne cars yellow bi car bi hu ne cars na ne cars no so but who say within short time no na niam no emu bie sa no mo be transport business na dan etie ne cars 4 ne o kira bi afi fufuro be no ayi ba akwa ka ho no ayi mienu aka ho kakra na ekwa anim GPR to you bi wa ha omuka ba ku no mde hyase omka na akom yenu na akom yensan kakra mini asam me gidi sase ma mekan no oni me ya adwen but abide no eba ne senti ni e de man kura bi so ahwe so ose aboka me de me gidi sase sika no ye moka me de me nsusu ye mu ni me hu ni se ye moka
okay
na mso mo discount sie no nka se aboka na so obi anka ho hwe ya na o makwa akodi na no so na hwe ya na nyankopon ofa kwa bi so no ma yale akese toto am no sabi nyani nyina na yeduabo but on say yamu ya sabi ye ni sky ye ntanyale me ni asami okọ hospital kra mpene mra esi anafu na ye kese wa so opa so ba kakra betre ye ke no ye ka de no apart from no onyale mimi tu e ntanyale no ma mitia me ya makoto pala sa na me ya but on say omo no mo yale na ye bobidi a utri swele no afidie so because of music and so nti ya so nya yale a yetimi sfere oh kwamna ye besere ya ni bresam na nawie ye ka no ti mesre CEO so ayem papa mahama a dwe mo ho no ayi mo wo wanya bibia no je aduma papa faboa enya business as usual because obi ti fie kwamna obi ma ye aduma che obi odi CEO papa campaign ya obi aye aduma che obi oyes obi ayabo ni so nkodi CEO go see obi okura ni di ba o ya ni si ni obuta say no ofre he obi pofi consulency onim no because ye nim na dwuma oye enso ya boni din e ya adom na ato so na akoto mampani wudi akoto mampani anim ni abodi nti won chen omo koto ekoto abama enya 1.7 million won chen obi a nti se ya mouse akonya no na obedi se sika no na why why say business as usual na next year ya metna medi fan ya mesi next year si obi a kwamena si obi a wanye na adwuma ye bia no ye be body to ja kopento mampani besi sa no fa from la
na ta krabe da say Sam Ghana be ye bedu ni o
ente isi ampo nyame na ado ye ko enyimo yi those times na anyadam not na ato kwamna mfada mako ene minche wo etiefu nyina na mama me ene da mantasam de timinshada anyi je papa bia
but say won kwan
nkwan na ho zen ho but there were entry point and exit point and then entry point in there na expectation because we say nyins and yim da acha afe obo o traffic pen o chada asama abon naturally 9 months but tumuko be a 1 year yes we have people like that but the exit point I want asam no one my father makwen na my Bishop Stephen so evangelical Methodist Church of Christ and that nyame to nsefre ne be si akol na moyo in the batten we ye we jamba maframa nkakama basa ti my classmate so secondary school nti ama Academy of Christ the Crusaders Association nyina ya aboto kanka 2000 millennium batch in fact adato henyu ti yaba mai busuane yakọ ya ka che nukuni akonta oye kwamna sam de no so yama ne yakọ oncheche ne re obe yo de yin be se da na adechi oso no dodo nka okọ so na wuri awase ansa na mba chalo onye izu oye azam wish mfa mo bia but abrabo na ye bona yankopon na oboni wi asa okọ na ofodo obod nti embebusuane nyina yakọ na yemo nshazin ame ya adme ye bebusom na nhihye bi oda wo ye no ahwe na was atuye amna adeku bi so wo ho a si se hembebu nu chale the rate at which a world abuse drug no yo social media was of fun red some so happens o na ba be se fe no te wono na nu so nso mpo hu obitum oya no nkwana na ode hey assassin me free there oya stage but no knowing that had oya re oya ezibano na oda na ode ni ta ka che nkwana mu we pra are you serious
na say na no economy into
no but the rate at which
yes and then let me say is it 2 days ago me hear interview Nakok the part there the made na say 2 different edrebien
no wakabo
na binuma kabo
Jesus
no matter na wa smuggle go Ghana now any man wa high
are you serious o
and on ye dra even doctors crampo or prescribed when you make no but it been made to my manufacture the made ma mbebu no
tramo ya in accident pain no was more hospital ma
sister
what market no one them get to
what's the tramo ne yakọ for me sister red in sister of friend even friend Putin
Russia president
of friend Putin
tramo na me ana me sabi minim na de bai na mlantie bi a minim omo a aja boys bi da ko me me say omo du omo nkomoko what's ba go be 250 say
150
wanum 250 no na match kura okoboy wanum 250 na wiye mo wiye no enso no mo asa akwa di aduro so nam si na wala de ade na wa e fa na wo kwa
and Charlie oye very serious because they are the future yene daachi nti menya akwanya eze masre awofo no ma mfa yene nsifo ye monitor him but na more connect fact oyezen you can't blame it on any government
na nsonu
the attitude
since I was say mbesafo ne ya odi kan won nsi you know a crew be wodi ye remover what sha won yi na remover no so won heal ni na ka super glue na di na
erade mu yan mobo na mo ko ezo ai o ka say ya etutugwe omampan waka na odi baby ana urban state owned enterprises ewa inyara mayan fun atakwa ka ho inyara mayan fun na ya ma wa bandemo atakwa ka say nyina of the CEOs mo zinim ba no refi there ya public servant woguo say ye kom pa most of the problem it's from them political point is see as me ka pay your interview ne bisa politician mi organ osuro da mazi osuro komoti ntoka no the baby abu nechi we jai because anyeni ya na ban ba yo unpopular because of ntodo ojiem na woye ye wo subani bi aban adwuma wonsoa wuchu nazi he eko public schools bibi said abadin private schools in what exam say wotwa me dey be no what questions yes it's true but some of them so are genuine because supervision be back ever public schools na teachers were trained teachers ako training cause some of them get a degree first degree second degree but private schools most of them and there was a license exams be ya and we secondary school to charge of private school and the children no more farmer wucha or attitude be a Ghana for your work and I'm happy there atakwa benim nando rekade CEO it is not about CEOs I'm telling you a can CEOs are can one so chief directors in there deputy chief directors in there finance control from the Charlie connection and confirm what one and most of the politicians are entrapped before you realize in atom what way be was a structural arrangement ibe na edem ekope the mazi kufu any time or two a many say we need all this what was the kwem we need me finizin kufu enough of PNC but we need what the chin be say muntaka do call sport news aba sam no tun ni na nteku no adam o bibi kaka no so you see I think that my president can only CEO say yes the head wears the crown but there's no baby and son we both win and political interference alone nukwano nanse a pema labor unions another a body labor union a body be what certain SO on dey yem pepen dey about the politicians iruguan ya dan woba because what I see dey chedo abane yon popular nti I would suggest that if President Mahama opedo ye resetting nangasa the resetting should start from the base from the labor last person yes hey over the years in ye dey blame yen wa we only look at the political appointees in ye fire one and war ye cause in obi attack but obi attack civil servants they go and one in order ye want na say no without attitude for motive abadin tina adwuma was ma ankwankro ye no kita abano ontumi aban with all the authorities all because of Okomoti.
The number of state-owned enterprises in Ghana, now only 3 of them.
3 na mpo na say la. Ana ta call MPP about the bia. Na say la. Some of them Ghana Publishing Company no are dead. And David Asante. In fact, omami hunde they na no opposition no nya kwa. What the Shannon say no. Hwe bia and Ghana Publishing Company NDC 406 and all of them are hailing the guy there. In fact, it was dead. Aba nyimpa ku see or just a person who it's a good for one card or church. What that come on man pain I'm painting a Jubilee House. About the way you is because party first. Party chairman busy, no baby baba, you know what I'm finding your case. So all these things, no, there when they can want some. ECG, a course while ECG, a call one and more. I mean, right, I'm to Mutiaka. State institutions, ministries, now, as in a way, one be away. Until I think there or there, tenacity as a man. I mean, man could see, so a man could see him. Am I a 17 chair? State-owned enterprise young float 70% ownership to the public. More foreign and Toby. Shares in more foreign and Toby. Ghana for now. In your own. What's urban owner here? But I will say, but some a shareholder, I was state-owned enterprise be a muko AGM meeting more to make a camagin. MD no one nyaba no about point to know of a shareholders no board na hen shareholders here appoint or about point time say about to unit at any time. And that person be accountable to us. But here is the case, here a Ghana Commercial Bank, Sanya Ghana ban was man to recently, and Muko Mundo will improve on services. Very poor service, I'm telling you. Because I want not to know free day after all, I've been able to into I am OPBA, when the long queues go bank, Nkofugo, what you want to in a tell a call a bien. Me what tell us in Kenya, go Abbey man away. Into Mamma kind there. So why a research the man tackle because CEOs in why political appointees into they be using waiting in the way they own way they do, but a book of the problem, the rotten, and a foam. A pair with audited general report. Never there. How many and now Sika what's the oil audited general report? No man in the director affect the political head. You know, but no, she want from accountant, finance officer. So the director of finance, the director of HR, was one or just one. Inti more there in there. For President Mama on for 1 year she should be or put my parliament or passing baby at all. Auditor General report now. Parliament appointment committee what we are. Obi biara no woman or was a charging. One usual business for politics in he call a campaign constituency on board pow. On board pound here, you can touch. I don't know, looking exactly.
Because after auditors,
I support him 100%.
Anymore after
because
auditors
next year, but now, them recording him. We are sending them. I said, we are sending them. But the water archives. Now say about next year. Next year, BB Aquachone can no bear no MPP and this and I'm bachelor. The one I can because this is how never been. Nti oye very good move. And say ekwe ECG when you competition bia. Nti mo pen away. Or def we find means bia you be more competition. And if you were 1 or 2 into a telco those times in a Ghana telecom go to no way more up here. MTN the move na want case be shema say former president for one turn Ghana telecom am Vodafone. Into a good enjoy you because and see I think they are a good move but easier said than done. That is one other thing. Obodu baby NDC funa boss catch for my president Mama there massa you go part our remember say part in my that was the call and MPP pay the year my president for the one kasa here that ma 88 MPs in sorry that was the call here catch there molly no olugu party no nti what's the wuja fun kwa monko na no so anya na o ma yan ba ye hi I don't think na go so obitu ato ya kawa you see ya bosom na ya akomo obi aye den enyima e bese what's na nanum panyimfa den why ye bi ko we do yan same so e be yan so e bokom obi abo baby etin ibi ma atena wa e bokom obi so aba nti ye wode nti dodu na ye what's one pewa imagine this a telefone would take Kastle FM. Wakacha wo boss there atokwa ma na nse ye mpenitu ajo obeje o matanwa but management dey better because o papa party bi into those things you know I think they are a good call ye nyina menya atakwari ya adwene nde da ha yeti na SOEs no ye nhwe and enyam for so kwa just break even come eti ejuma zi ye odu baby abaka but here is on you
yeah.
Consistently
every year
nso ebo kwa akɔhwɛ audited account min no
na economy mpo no onyaza wo gba the following year no obo form but no accumulate okodo erade ya me
masre enwa so in fact one thing president Amaya them attack next year baha we who the true characters of human beings and there's some of the people who are appointed on in a way so-called neutrals some so-called neutrals workers are when people are being nature well yen kasa ma party bia ninya and behind it no why am when your favor papa no no when you want to know why appoint one edwuma na erika do bi ye no ye nie nu oda hye wonsa efi ye ne den yen hwe nti dem can next year 2026 nyame ye na adom chen nkwa na ye betena na ye ka won audited account a ye mpede ye beti the same story na na ne da wo na ye so yen wo so ba the same thing nti I think they going for it na adoko so in there or they educating citizens how some of these transactions work. In fact, me take me time Mr. D cocoa board I come for Luton here cocoa no the cocoa no I market the kwakwa market ekwe this wa e be at $1,000 but kwando bottle 5 oba na ma in your value for money nti e bia
ataba nse cocoa no I mean annually and ebra there is a world market price and order ho
na me charity ekwa what price na one fixing there you fixing January into other what December they be every day
or fluctuate
okay. Yes nti about to me the cocoa akọ market the price what to be $10 but e ka dey return normal dem ekọ market na by the time I will last bag besan e be no that to aba nti what they do in there what ba businessman yenyu ahyehyɛ there here cocoa be a world market what $10 yes more $8 into $10,000 in Mainiska on a offer syndicated loaning into $10,000 on a supply ammo into no man loan the syndicated loans no back before and sign supply now on a dan you short for about something $300,000 we say 2 months supply because of this girl say all say cocoa farms no into oba na macha wusaka usika into I won about them $2 difference how would difference ebenya as part of your profit into all the baby na surprise no to go from kwan wa wasama into them American no all the all the year
into you find it them kwan na you who the reason why osade eboko
because economy na no on sadosi I hear
because I want you sika
but in business term losses are part of the game.
But the losses are too much.
And it's all too much, yes. All too much.
Well, it can't be.
Or too much. No,
it's too much.
And no, you don't have consistency so. And that's on you don't have state owner what the taxpayers' money. Now what the fund and you
good at that.
Because obi and obey ma ekwa all bo
but this in Crawford we even me on ankasa when the companies are they are running it better. Why is it that our managing na editing no on
that is that was abane adwuma once ya uchu na de no mo no nezen oboso ya
bia me free wa from me fie de call oye your friend local rain race one workshop ya nanto no yeko na wopuna wonam ye ni fie nenim na woko ehia wan na ndade na wodi adwuma no tutumpo ibi da ya pot na wo hye na chede ni nyina ka na race in the way guyo
yeah mama ga them school feeding here che yet story CB obi won provision store
no
na location na won fon ko school no odu kwen ma na car for frage no odukọ no store obi mpo car na lokọ onko school obọ store we ki nyama na egu for what entina me ka de odan here ankasa so apart from the political appointees no enwa civil servants public servants na wo ye adwuma dom institutions no in fact we here kasa all baby odan listen na me ka de shareholders we float to shares na why public private partnership
into
we can recommend one cycle workers in here
wapia shares in kwama mu ombuem to the public in one of we adwuma mu wana one atakura nyime ya gina e wona wo adwuma mu na wo mbu shares na farmer one
ono beto anya mfa so
then we will know the caliber of person or money and state owned enterprise or money
sometimes you have been adwuma atakura teaching some of your colleagues attitude what you adwuma na wa akaka ayetda ma wo eyedodo
awo de doma no dodo
no but if see amani ye ya na he nyina yetimo yeti me I don't think the politician be always the Ghana mbo na Ghana bo na ye refugees e bia awumpo be be aba fa me wo ku face rank enti a good call the best man penyin there
all right
ombombozen na monitoring and supervision
onkodo okay
one source one be is it omenenyo nko be o si say na ehu political influence in very high but man paying the last time if because constitutionally President Mama the last time
yes
nta ahwe ne ya na party fo no I want to ye
masa wa elijan wa
party fo no atakwanom
let us say
no one ujafu no atakwanom nti ya besre oye me he nyina
okay
yeti ECG wa ye adwuma nyamfoso na light sido time be etum ya light bibi akoda onye oyasam papa
all right ebusa high Kastle 90.3 FM man ho do na eguda easy inkomo ewa ha but yarutia other topics no meji the issue very important area it's worth discussing and every is ho inkomo but the finance minister after the budget presentation wasan wedidi inkomo bebre na there was a pointer and Orica a freeze. In fact, on your total freeze on oil employment, though, but then there was a freeze. But finance minister will clarify that there isn't any freeze on public employment. Ewo oil or manimu. Ono na ozi atuga. Eho mehwe na makan oil the statement no. Mezi amo ewa ha adi ewa hin okay so atakra menteu finance minister wabra clarify the freezing issue na onenam in from say there is no freeze on employment
kwamna am say you say the ni nyina ya budget nti ya beka budget ni nyina afa
yes.
Because menti atiefu obiam am say nkomo na asase ne yede nti
so ma menka na adi wa hade the budget statement na the full one no .477 okay ma menka 0.478 I see in 2025 government will implement the following measures to keep the wage bill within sustainable level. 1. Fully implement the net freeze on employment by immediately putting on hold all recruitment/replacement into the public service, given that the recent realignment and collapse of some MDAs has brought about surplus labor. In this regard, there will be no extension of contract for all public offices except in education, that is in universities, which will be capped and done within budgetary constraints. Heads of service and public institutions are to undertake internal restructuring to place staff in understaffed areas and training to reskill or upgrade others.
Yo, kwamna I'm say the na America no. Yi nyina ya budget yi kofa bai. Da bia America say obi ani ho a o we say ye nuano mo a ana ye ma tifie a omu ne adwuma ye no omu nkoso antena fie. San se ba ne sa ho kire ne be ye mo e de ama abatan ene ahwefo a omu bua nkrofo wo dada asetrem. Na san na menchia me vice chairman honorable Solomon Abekan Yosen na ewie we bio mu ase Lucky Plaza oni antisisi mo otio ena me am teacher apia ono so otio Easter Joyce bra kwabna na me nua chairman Akwasi Nkroma echi o nyina ene ewie abre me nua said na America no employment there ye bie mu emu obi anya adwuma ya beboa ya nkasa nti finance minister ebi ansem na okan no na nti ase no anto asum amebi mu na bi omo so be divert ne kire mu de omo te ase but si enua baba be kire mu se enye de na ebi mu adwen kire omo nti ire enya asem a ye betwe ne dawre ye hwe ne mu ne se nkwala tifie a omo pe baabi na omo nso akwhye na omo nso anya bibi ayeden aye nti ye papa John Mahama resetting agenda ya wo ye nyina no onwe kwan obefa so nso a mpanimfo a wapa omo atoto ministries no ene nkuku ano no mbefa nkrofo nso adwuma mu omanya bi ayeden aye wabna oda sole na phone sha se bele a emse nipa 10 frewa emu 9 ene eka adwuma ho asem nti ye besere se ye party for no munya abotre mpanimfo de ne ma agu apon so a ye hwe se at least akonya bedem na obi bia ese onya baabi ehye na baabi a ono so kakra ono so benya kwa na ye anada bia meka se insatian ne ebi didi bi achi ye ka CEO sofo akatua ne ade ano no se sika na hwe a wani so bebiro mu abofom na so wenti obofom so wenti mi ansole a obewu awukwa obi so pe kakra bi sabi obi pe kakra bi ono so de beton ade kwa sebu market ukwa brodu nkwa market ukọ edumfa market ma me Grace Abraham nta woman organizer am chawa na area na wotie minua no mo omo nyame dom sesi bracket mo and sister Joyce mo nsemu aya da bia no mai obisi a na ye onya kakra sabi wode beton mo kompo wode beton bibi kakra mpo asabi obenya bia to aduane ama ne mama omadi a oye okay enti ye besere se yamwa na ne manye na yi na budget ya ye papa to force be kan ye media budget no Ghana fo nyina budget for the first time in the history ya kan budget a utimu say average budget and it dash wom udi di say ye nuano mo a omo ewo fie ai bi omo no mama nyokuo bia no no omo tenase na no omo di nkomo a omo ani je. In fact, in Cranshaw or budget in the see a money dear bandy bebre. Oh, and I'm here, Minion Papa Joe Jackson, me penasem in fact, our analysis are may ya dear crazy me jana metia because we say economy no nimu na and all casembi, Obacasa resem, was a budgety nipa obetimi aka bibia fa ho bia omo Obacasa o the anko ya bia. Normal Bible quotation amem. No pet. No matter this before near if we mobet me akase amem. Oh, na sabi. Nye quotation. Obekin kan quotation bechere ebe maye bewie. Na there some okay. O party for mpo kan asem kire wa wuntie ko. Na so nko na near cha in fact eba sa na eye. Nti budget ne de eye ni da so a. Aba na media me kan say me say agina baabi a me gina ne biemu kwa na going forward no yamu bi no e bia yesuban e be sesa because so bia ne suban say de tie ye ntimi nya ne business as usual and obi oni me bia nim say me yonko no mpo na ya de na nya am type of person na metimi aka asem no de tie akere wo say ade a wo ye de antwaye wona me nante bi mpo amakama makseb makama adwen ayeden akere wo enti enikofo ani da so wo hwa location so ma yeah nya se ya twa no paper so keke wo nya paper so keke no de ya be kan 70 page me woni nyina makan manya da ade me so matena se makan ba ya tin de mu ohwam na sade ye beye de beye adwuma no na sisia ye bom pa ye se mfanya adwuma because allocate 100 million Ghana cedis e de ama se mfama assemblyman allowances a de menhwe anim ne say assembly member owo military area sisi abia meti betanya electoral area honorable Benson na allowances ne beba no bia eso de boa de aboa omo assembly man wo nyame dom honorable Ahmed ne sabeka abrodu nkwa honorable napo ne nsabeka tieso bia ne nsaka nyesa kasa keke ne ebewie na sika no akoye buachi bidin baby so asaya me dey allocation a oye school feeding ye nyina ne ebetena haka school feeding wansama ene yesi apejam kakra sabe afi ne yaba ye nyina nso anim se eniema ente se first no nti ya pejam afiri 120 pesos ne de ko 2 cedis a bigidi se ya maame no no eyenim se muhia bia ka ho nanso munso we mu maye kakra na mrepamu no sadi o mampani abro koshi a organized labor ka kire omo no wose mum ye nyina ya num nso ntwe opesisi ya komode ye nyina na komode ye ndi 10% mum ye nyine sa na mira bi beba nso me nya kakra 35% bebo se 40 ne bebo se 50 ne bebo ye nyina nso ya bagini ayden yasre nti ya basre 2 cedis allocation omo de koye ne so ye capitation grant o mapejam mimi ye teacher ni capitation grant emada ubenwane sa ye buachi bidi na manyofo ya beto ni edifa ne na capitation grant na wo school dia na mana ensem bebre ti capitation no so school na mpa he na ekọ mo de bo ho bra nti ya besre eno so ye da finance minister ase wo hwa ye nuano mu afasi asi etua omu fees dia mo omu ya friend say tertiary fuoi
level 100
fuoi si atwa kan ko so ade ase se free SHS ya twaska no pa abro de omo amala mo so ompa free SHS amala omo se yam yante brofu nti cancer na ye de ebetwetwam yi se yantwam nti yantwam yi asisi ankwala yi omo didi mo ma me ka omo dan me nyakonya kosiro bu abekampa secondary school na we de we ankwala na ni age ebi omo ni me pese obi wo me so nana in fact abaya to yare mama ya nya so mfaso obi ko yesi didi me me ka ho sana nkofo ebi na sama atia no okay so yesuba ni bi ne nya ye de aduane asuma se fa ko ye aduane mankwala no na de akogu storm na woton na zaska we woton a de ade na ade beye oh nti ye besre in fact budget ne de ekoyie wo hwe niam location me ade ba ko a me bom ampani abaso eye kwanya wafa so a allocation so ye ko presidency enansa na minianum bi platform bi a ewo so no obi di abeto so betting tax impo MPP for so man twam na oma obi betting tax impo man nje kura esida na msoma ye fra na masa hwe sansem we MPP minianum yi se no na ombekọ so aya ono no
but former finance minister will clarify on that issue.
Clarify and say
it's going forward in mobile voice na
clarify Kwame na yete Kwame na clarify and say former finance minister clarify no clarify no particularly mu yenim youth o mutwa bet no sabe nya brofo na etwa wo ye Ghana fo na etwa so ade ase e bia ye te dem hampo na bi mutwa bet ni bi wadi bet ne me yate tax. Into do you need Ami and dam so Sami and Tasa or Mecantra say betting tax no into sabe or more mutwa na eti omo no ekogu ha 1 ekoi. What are they telling us? Sania mano hu Ghana for dey be ameka say ya manyo sem no ya dwen ya sabe asem bia beka bia nkofo be di atum ya te Ghana ha no obi aye ne pani o emetra meka ntra me say betting tax ne manye ena ya yenim kofo mtwa loto wo mofon so omudi a winnings no yete yi lavi kwamena yi lavi unye momo ene ya mpoma sanis kam obi eyi no wo mefon so momo charges no e wo so so what are they talking about enye no Patrick Yabo amabeka say em say nanu ne pa ye say okoka asem sadia ma no omumie nyai ebi yemu ya Christopher yamu so ye muslimifo ami anta so oya Ramadan ni bi oya fasting onya sansam no mamenchi papa Akim ade Council of State member Central Region oya fasting samri ntia me pese papa me frefre no because on se dru samri na no o de juom kasa kakra bi a ahwe abeyi nti na de ye kan say ye nuanu MPP fo omunyai sansam na ase omashase etumfuturo no dodo but mfuturo na wutu no ahwe ombema Ghana fo omo ho aye Ghana fo abufu mo because ye nyankwala hwe ayi Gideon Boako beka asem bi ne da oso amatwa sika 78 million de amokwa achi ofosu nipa ko so no nko a wonye won say ututum futuro egun krofo ani saa emwa budget no kwamna wo bi wo phone so
government machinery allocation ana
kwamna budget ni bi wo phone so enne ente se first na obi na kwoti asem be ka kire obi no enne asem a yeti a ye ka no se me ka kohwisem a obi otifie me hu pokura ne sere wa woti wa wutinchi mu afidie no asem ne say Office of Government Machinery comparison na say yebe ya last year 2024 uko budget na nado danko akufuado mo ye de two ho last budget mo ye ya goods and services allocation for presidency na ye 924 million Ghana cedis and now me no wo ka say 847 million eswati anase kosoro wo budget ni bi you compare 2024 and 2025 no ahwe simple as ABC o kwacho for suni ministry no unim say at the first time information ministry no say ya collapse na dia ba government communication agencies are na was e bi te say graphic communication ya friend say
GBC Ghana Broadcasting
no they have about 2000 and something workers. Sakrofo nyina no ya yi omadi so mda so ho enti sa location na ya ye no goods and services sika ya de beko capital expenditure ni nyina na yakeka bom ne de akwa office of the president enti so betra na betum futura masa sansam no emwa
yena meda say
enti de ya kan say going forward no yenya me kamedia ne say Omampani Mahama ebi a free SHS sika NDC for so omode ikoi sika no ya fa anko na wo be ka ho asem a ye nyina ebe boa ma na bi sika no wo bia no ya hwe ho asem so aja se but metum futuro because wo betum futuro egun krofo ani na asem media mbeboa ye dia budget 70 pages ansana your friend saying allocation you know and here obi ani mbegu ase into your friends say me anta betting tax no e bia me wo evidence wo me phone so bet na bi kura me tie me twa bia ya te me tax
we ye boko me da
say ya te me tax na say some betra no be ka jam say betting tax no man ya ene na je say sika no ofoli ata na ya titi sika na de man ntina na sa na akufa no beso obetu na
atakra asante Sam finally, Finance Minister will clarify that there is no freeze on employment. Men can inform more.
Parliament, House of Records.
Okay. Also, Finance Minister Kastle 90.3 has clarified that there is no freeze on employment in public sector. Speaking in an interview on Wednesday, he dismissed speculations suggesting that the government had halted recruitment into various sectors. Dr. 90.3's statements comes amid concerns over job opportunities in the public sector, with many questioning whether the government has imposed restrictions on new hires. Also, there is no freeze on employment, he stated emphatically, reassuring the public that recruitment would continue based on the country's economic needs.
Ato Kwamna, say propaganda. Dirty propaganda so tumwa the man not my honor came in for you minimum the Hansard wa capture
okay so Hansard captured it
maybe my can show page 84 of the budget at a question abutan well as make baby and fan for abutan compensation of employees
some back can was
after my can 47 Mr. Speaker. Government is committed to reducing unemployment in the country through programs aimed at providing Ghanaians with employable skills. That is one. In the areas such as agriculture, youth development, communication, apprenticeship, among others. 478. In 2025, government will implement the following measures to keep the wage bill within sustainable levels. 1. Fully implement the net freeze on employment by immediately putting on hold all recruitment / replacement into public service, given that the recent alignment and collapse of some MDAs has brought about surplus labor. I took am na dem brofi. Achireden.
Any that me interview a professor.
Yeah, they interview me when he is in common. I took am no.
So also total freeze on employment. That is net freeze, or your total freeze on employment.
No. Also, recruitment stroke replacement. Yabazi. So we call retirement. You know what the bishana name? As I say, mention them so be what the bishana name. Nini now you're out. And the recruitment and get us swallowing your fresh recruitment into a year total freeze no yabazi. Now some more kind there. One case about when the ministries be away guni. Na waka ka bom na obey no one ma surplus labor enti finance say ka che ende si say abana adwumayefo we budo enti won fa adwumayefo 2025 aba say me opedo bro fi mo opedo kan osi due to collapse of some MDAs ministry department and agencies wo collapse enti one ma surplus labor che labors in wabodo baby what they impatana with a way 30 baby way 20 into 2025 one fa adwumayefo one fa obi insho bi na name aro bi for retirement bro fe okay na asanye into the minchem na kan on yabati 2025 abana adwuma one fa biara oh atakwa kasa na mutade sabote now esha 477 one more preamble employable skills no onye da for employable skills abana adwuma mu employable skills normal employable skills what private sector what let to my wage my great sector all those sectors na no onye public sector nti abana adwuma nkasa the controller and accountant general butua will call the 2025 won fa bi adwuma atakuru people should stop lying to your followers wunje the who's akwahicha one call for no this is what the hands are capture in our budget mu enya ma channels media church mu no is it where do stage be asam no waka wi or relevant no yeah mistake nti yamfa kwan bi na yen use political media gimmick communication yamfa rap yamfa for onfa ni nyina yen there parliament wogi tumu pa wa be law budget no oye law what the parliament to approve parliament approve pentum say bibia wo mu da till there why amendment nti say finance minister after reading this to parliament to the whole nation hands are that record no beka che no dem mobrofi me pedo obi kire mu de o chere obofa adwumayafo brofi okay man anyam no brofo na no brofo okay kan atokwam na you see NDC botuma try more pedo we be at this government to tarnish the image of the Israel administration but aban bado no nwana wunya aban no ho mfason the very ifie na amfason krom no nwana wobaka che o the American nya no kware nya misam na mebaka one you see there are a lot of things out there on here aban be free dialysis wechum but
abani no botwom another wo free
no it ended wechum so one continue
no it ended in 31st December 2024 abana ankasa so otedon na membu ended abenda na one our phone ejuma November mpo wuri yonezi November even before let's go wuri yonezi into abase NIB the one of November we yonezi abase na pedoka into December 21 abase oda abana ka chere ende ina wo na mom yen ntuado but for head minister to say that there was nothing like that na one is ago here chere yen na yedi had the shake hospital when you feed dialysis we know yenyim dem time no aban former government no omo and amam one me say health minister ni ya he was talking about dedicated fund
there was 4 million Ghana cedis
covering that period and
men kada no onyi asamo kita said there was nothing like that and what journalists said the funds was inefficient 2 million it's not 2 million it's 4 million from health insurance and even this year health insurance or your authority on its own they have in their budget but abana the on trade Until just say it there, such social intervention to be in country, power no, so you can decide what you want to do with it. But I bet to them as an area and that's there, no, or you're unpopular. A man for them one pair into a young painted abandoning your bemu.
On Johnny said, one lunch Mahama case into Nina Kamumbia. Anna, I just am.
I took camera.
Yes, because
Mahama care free dialysis initiative.
Maybe on this free dialysis, you know, why would you blame it on this current government? Because per our NPP, it was for a period of time.
I took camera.
Yes,
Minister Nasamo can it now? Also, there was nothing like that.
There was nothing like
exactly.
that. Minister meeting also there was no dedicated fund.
There was dedicated fund, and that is a lie. Into yene 1 year is going to I don't know why I'm more benefit to my neighbor come as a man. Obiasun for 2 million over there as a collaborator. Health insurance paid that money. I a part of health insurance benefit and a man for claim. And damn Kasana Kenya for Sibian, you been a can budget. I can't say anywhere while you're going to win. And one can tell the net fees no or had the frequency or now a first April over fage my foot. Now I can 477 now. Or say, we be training you to know employable skills in Tata Crown boys in a war page my no. Yes, all about apprenticeship training. You be been a Greek, which is good because me say I wage a Greek set to grow by 60%, and that will help the nation devoid of politics. But public sector now control it on county 2024 phase me for, and that is true. In Sabah Assembly and Wapede or Kachem. I took now. You see, NDC in opposition, NDC in government, what can say still the same. It is high time or they will apologize to Ghanaians. Atu forcing honorable already finance a budget, not say. We withdraw 10% withholding tax on lottery winnings, also known as betting. What is not true? There are 2 different taxes. Withholding tax 10% on lottery winnings, also known as that's what the answer recorded. Betting tax. And I mean under Mijia Rekasa. Because that tax in one job, you'll be annual to Ghana, also watching tax 10%. Sport betting is different. Because even these 2 taxes, you know, or go to different government agencies. Betting tax or sport bet tax, you know, or and the gaming commission, Interior Ministry was supervised, and the law to a NLA and the Finance Ministry. And this is the budget. I promise over the in fact, not per smart. Finance Minister wanted to be smart over other for the bad and Kofu, but thanks to the mighty minority, you're exposing into Mobile Canyon. And when the meeting was a boiling point to say a Joy News, and he admitted, okay, I have it there. Yes, one casa more pedal. Well, there are 2 taxes. Taxes no your betting tax. Ni law or in there was a 10% withholding tax on lottery winning or so I back and 10% withholding tax on lottery winning, also known as, which is not true. I took Kwamina a Uber of the school meeting from maybe the Kwame, also known as Beman Kwame son. I remind the same person, but that's not the same person.
Different
tax. Yes, now what as me can intermine under my summer at a quarter attacking. It's NDC. It's high time you stop doing personal attack. So I am Muslim, I have it has nothing to do with what he's saying. Finance Ministry now workers are one can ye. And one other work quiet to as I can hear them not say. It's your bet. I'm bet some Muchobio or Mamwo. As I say, bet Muchobi, me, I mean Chobin did that. Into taxi one to that. I say, at a quick but Lotto now, ya can want some no. Obian Uganda. I play with light so it's a one for the busy lotto. For lottery, need it. Yes, yeah. And that's what he was talking about. Also, 10% and yet withholding tax, also known as betting tax. In one or that, in one or that, is it a NDC? Please, Atakra, what we're benim. When you the wood that could reach Ghana for. Okay. More that overwhelming majority now vote was my one on the one stream. No, them MPP or Parliament, yeah, and cook simple who expose everything. Now, that man me, them freezy. Our budget no can anymore. But you know, budget our average version will redo. but the inside ni nya so I want to hear the presidency budget allocation to presidency and this atakwa ka ho ehia sika wodo ko offend government machinery no odoso dodo Akufo-Addo and what the odoso dodo but here they was no more than what Akufo-Addo was using 2024 atakwa ameba you see yawo baby yedin wa na kan wasam there baby yedu see say how many munu BBI you can't hide it. This is a appendix 4A MDA expenditure allocation 2025 administration sector government of Ghana office of government machinery subtotal 11 billion 316 million 671,350. Now 2024 office of government government machinery 2024 subtotal 2 billion 107 I confuse him go very rough. Oh yeah, 8 billion 315 million 119 8 billion 11 billion. Which one is higher? Lean government with elephant size allocation. Is it you can tell how they be because of one or two things. But in some American 2025 you have been found wanting. Catch them there allocation MPP where you see in 2024 a government machinery or 20 billion. And now we're paying a lean government inside that by 11 billion. That is mean lean budget.
All right.
But here is the case, correlation because lean government with numbers, but figures are spending higher than the rest down on the government side. No, also. And see, man, pay kind there. Obia ni biya problem. You are in government. One or one member. A corner for that. Obey a woman, my man, I couldn't. Yes. But in some African, former President Kufuor catch there, a former President Rawlings there. The minister said no, what Dawson. Now about so no better went to answer. I was no he apologized. My friends are there who's at the crowd here. Since I teach here. But I say, I took camera. But on so they need to come and apologize to Ghanaians and say yes. You can't President Akufo-Addo. Ne size government no so. Ne expenditure no do so. But here be na yedi ni so. But here can do so nti e get important. Na a 1,000 Ghana cedis. Muslim get import 20. Minizi 800 Ghana cedis. One all about emanaka.
But I say, but me tell Felix Kwacho so and or church the me in Semimu and they are on the X space on this allocation to government machinery. All right, but the health minister, I say only 4 million was allocated to free dialysis program. Now, as a Minister of Health, Kobna Minta Kando has criticized the previous administration for allocating only 4 million to Ghana's free dialysis program, describing the amount as woefully inadequate to cater to patients across the country. Speaking to the parliamentary press corps on Thursday, the minister disclosed that out of the 4 million allocation, only 2 million came directly from government coffers, while the remaining 2 million was sourced from corporate social responsibility initiatives.
At the papa of the Hamana Manfrey.
Okay.
And see, one kada abano okobo boseo. Corporate into Kastle FM municipal assembly where project to be a man for Kotokwaba. No, I was like Kastle FM do. Once we more auntie, one baby can find was Oma.
Oh,
I don't know the day no. Citizens one year. Tell us what you are bringing. Mama care no luncheon. Mama care does it cover the free dialysis? Yes, no. It's as simple as what I know in for basic care.
Me that say but I take up meba my member yina yanko yenenim okay.
6 story.
All right, so former finance minister on this betting issue, Yentino.
The only question you could ask me was about the controversial issue.
Well, I don't want to cause more controversy. So let me hazard a response. So the NDC in its manifesto promised to scrap 10% levy on bet winnings. That's what they said in the manifesto. And I have exactly what they said. 10% levy on bet winnings. That's what they have to abolish. And that can be called betting tax. But it is different from taxes on winnings from other forms of lottery. Games of chance, staking lotto, they are not the same as what they are promising to abolish. And so if I see in the statement by the minister that he will abolish winnings from lotto or lotteries and call that betting tax, then it sounds reasonable for me to think that he's equating betting tax, which they promise to abolish, to the taxes on winnings from other, lotteries or other games of chance. And I know that the winnings from lotto, for example, the tax on that was not implemented. And I know that for sure, for a fact. Because as finance minister, I held several meetings on how to implement it. Following petition from National Lotteries Authority. And I facilitated meetings between NLA and GRA to discuss how to implement it. So I know for a fact that it wasn't implemented. And so I could not be taking advantage of the mistake the minister made. Reasonably, if you know that betting tax is different from other taxes on lotteries, and the minister in the same statement sought to equate the two, then I needed to explain that the betting tax he was referring to had actually not been implemented. But I can also understand that, I've listened to myself again, I've listened to the statement, and it appears the statement created an impression that I meant betting tax as it relates to bet winnings was not implemented. If that's the impression that was created by my statement, then that was inaccurate on my part. But what I really wanted to say was that what he called betting tax, as in taxes on lotto winning, was not implemented. And so I think that explains the matter.
All right. So, former finance minister, Adam, watch it. About 5 minutes.
5 minutes. In the first place, loving to kind budget in the that is why I say MPP micro minority no. Omo rashe dodo. Ya kind budget every. America ya press conference. Kwame na press conference ni wutie bi, misumi tie bi. It is clear. The videos are there. Joy News. After the budget reading, the former finance minister, Honorable Abraham Asare, MP or Himalo Wadenchre, did your boy Kunjira Chirobi, or my your friend is saying, former education minister, I say, we never collected tax. We never collected tax on betting.
But he has explained. He has explained it now.
That's what the minister said. And that's what
finance. What say why you betting tax? Remember church the lot of money you. Asam na can two asam na yako. Oh, Dabi. Asam wa beka. Say why you betting tax? Come na Dabi yo. Asam na
Now tell. Only time about voice no.
Voice now boy no. But press conference now. After the budget reading, but no so not asam okai. Otia say, something say, or man you betting tax. And the Yakatra say, finance minister, Kwamina on Kastle FM page, that's no. on Kastle FM pay this videos ni na was
Finance minister.
Yes, I'm
also known as.
Yes, I'm Yabuta no onwe
na. Come as a movie and wab. Mama come as a movie and wabem. Ya in campaign. In a Ghana for Ejina Swatu Abama over 1.7 million. Over 1. That be mama come as Sam.
And as a campaign,
campaign any anymore how an Ghana for or how ni been say Mudi ye levy ba Ghana for catch am say ye levy no man farmer and some of kafa ye levy who kwaya ye levy cake now or Ghana has say Ghana for whom Muye ye levy cake must ye levy create 11 million drop ya betraki can in Ghana for ye levy ye free war most muntie and then this is ya to abama ye levy ye free war betting tax amrantia mutra beta me na nata kura metwa bida mesu meka wo bi no udi a yete 10%
edia
o me di ba kum ye no bi na se otwa wo ni so dey say enti utwa na udi a yete 10% ena ndcc ye ba ye be ye afiri wo ena ye de budget aba COVID-19 levy ni nyina Ghana for ka samunyi from so munyi
but say COVID-19 won yi odawa o
enti na say
levies won yi
na me cha say and now we are transaction say level
yeah
ni air pass budget no ye ready we ya say ye ready we afena ye be di hu duma ni aji atuma san ye de aye duma enti me metranga say ye level enti na cha say asam na ye be yi kwamena some ade a wo ye opese wo divert atiefua yi asem of finance minister former finance minister na kan ye no ya asem ani kwaso waka asem e che no odimrika no waza conference on say the tone na odi kasa first media press conference na me ka say na hu hia in the first time in the history minimsi akan budget we are other MPs ne your friends members of parliament omo ho no obi a kire na adwen anu mpo no finance speaker na ka kire minority leader say enya ha na ye be debate yes kasa kakra ho nti mama 5 minutes nti wo wie na se usi abonten a na se wo wadwen kire bia betumi aka nti ko mo ntwan na ka enye proper debate on the budget ni awie a assembly am obi am press conference ma ka kire ye wie ya na mbagina ho mo be ye press conference finance minister wie na mba press conference ena wala betoto ho se mo anye betting tax ena mantia soliti a wo social media say betting na ye twa bia ye dia comfort wo betting slip ni ade beto wo mu dia na o mate wo no e ba de na sabe former finance minister no obeso o ka kire no ena nkrofo alambase wa na fe wasa ba ne do se de se o me betrechire mu na se de finance minister ne ka ya no na mesumi chirechire mu fine wadi atum se bia asam na aka ne first no wan ka ne yemu a ye nua Patrick Abo amapo be ka so asam ne de na no na ebia ya den e pa ya ye nyitum sa na chirechire de ebia wo chi asem but me meka ensam metum futuro nya den engu nkrofo ani eto biem yi levy yesi ebe yi afiri wo afeni aka budget no ye ka budget ni wi a ebe take process no ye wie ya untimi nya bibia ho nya si aka budget na 11 na te say yi levy no en wan ye afiri wo betting no udi a ene udi better ye be enda mbo Champions League udi a ye bete but process ni wi a ni yi free wo kura no udi a ye den yante sam oni bi da obedi no afesa onala ade omde nti kwamna ye kan say dialysis asem ya okwo akizu ye say ene ye buy ya be dialysis kwamna dialysis ne ende tambe
December 31st
na December say wo ye mhyehyɛ to wo say dialysis no ɛda hɔ afebɔ te say free SHS ɛda hɔ na mudi ye dede wo yasum say NDC fo de yempa Ghana yi enti ebe yi free SHS na free ho ndi eba ya na ye to aso nti dialysis na mo ye na afebɔ a nti mo monim say how bi beba me beduru bia bi me ye free oti na mo de to December ti ba me tu futuro ngu Ghana fo ani say 1st January 2nd January 4th January na nya MPP na te so nti satam na no mom call secha no mo dialysis no mo call hospital na nya adwuma no and na oba accuse NDC for say om na yi dialysis every ho nti satam no mo tifi o mo tie no omu ne say sebe masha asie atum futuro ne ntam dodo so they say masha asie atum futuro because why your timelines at was say December wonya dialysis biem January 6th and 17th one memu e den ekoem wo before buy first, second, third, fourth, 5 to 5th, no, 6th, no. Now, na president. Nina na dialysis na nyaduma. Obaya obetra say, ina this if one o mpega na ye, ina o mpa timamfo ye no mba na obeyi dialysis afri o. Ni nyina no nya no kura. Nti ya basra ye nuanom MPP fo. Ti na meka say, omutu mirika ekekansem bi. Mame mla budget nim. Kwamena.
Na fesimam.
Midisi but budget no kwamena. Mo sam twelafo mo mo ayen. Ye pese mo boa Ghana fo. Ma mo mo NDC mo MPP fo. Mo mo Ghana fo because say mo mo Ghana fo a eduru ba bia Ghana fo sam twelafo mbetane abam so. Asama mi ni asamo ti hei. Ye ti Ghana ha. Before I become budget 7 amwa. Ishi SUMP. Obeka say NDC ba 50 days o ma bobosia 59 billion kwame na ya bobosia 59 billion na yin na ya kohwisam amutu 2 mini asam betra wa say on ba bi mom say ye ya for government presidential surface 100 and also ye baba ma ba betrem say presidential surface oba ya wa fa 30 and okra na ya no kure 2 oh sam Eto subiem budget ya ye kan me ba ya mabo figure bi a kire wo budget na fe ni ye ready afa ni ye den ye dosum but me ma one specific question example say office of the presidency woko 2024 ye de MPP wo so a your friend is saying goods and services allocation adena ya sector by sector nyasi akasi kana bomba akopɛ no abetro no aka kakra wo goods and services MPP 2024 no omo de sika 924 million
but what can allocation ni nyina bom so ya yin
okay allocation no dia what can no tira me specific no
but I know that we treated this year and you ni nyina do to do ha de
what no la billion oh na anu ni dia wo fun una mo MPP for enim dia mbetimi aye MPP for enim dia mbetimi aye me we debate no ne nyina metra ne anyai na je ba ni pa ni afọ madwa ma 11.1 na billion
na atakra me da say
enti yasra mo susu tu futu
me da say ya the allocation tu nyina beto oye enu du na obi enwu bi enti atakra me da say
ya me sure I took am pocho on kasem bi me betene me mbaka presidential surface wa for wona
what can dialysis in wasem bia
dialysis minister of finance ebe atakra siabutet me mbaka the NDC we twa dialysis finance minister obey
atakra
health minister na sama okan no ene na mo comment on it today man monk there was nothing like because me in the interview no live and a journalist in the send there but previous government made some payments through health insurance and some all bet them there the amount of fee abani mubeni 2 million which to him no inadequate but the other 2 million was from social responsibility of corporate responsibility of other state institutions which I think there now into and you hear there about poo that you know because it was done remember the way because that was where it ended but neka say no can and no so 11 sub total of government machinery yan wa church no office of head of civil servant office of government machinery a parliament of Ghana other service public service then your sub total 11 billion 316,671,350 let me just total at the quote end was so what that down here capex capital expenditure 639 billion a goods and services 1 billion a compensation of employees 9 billion meanwhile what's one for a compensation of employee one at the cabinet cardinal table I don't know what that to that man
1 billion
the first table administration yeah covered entity
20 anyway 2024 anyway yeah they compare anyway
Odriba Atakwa is an May 2024 no 2024 office of government machinery
until the America 200 capital
GOG some
goods and services America 200 920
goods and services after goods and services. Goods and service 1 billion. 658. No, I shall within the move. National goods and service. I shall. I know what I'm on. Kastle FM. We expose me. Oh, 847. Atakra. This figure one. About my own day. Facts are facts. Finance minister has not got to parliament, and it is known that lean government is true. Women ministries were 60. Office of any lean government, but Sika, yes, they come on. Although citizen elephant obey Atakra. Although citizen elephant size, because elephant size government as a number 1 wakano or 8 here. Last one I'm not sure do. And with that, what's it? COVID-19 on 11. This year, COVID-19 was budget 2025. 2025 budget in Sasha. 2024 MPP was budgeted 2.6 million for COVID-19 levy. 2025 budget finance minister that's him there or budget 3.8 million into we find a win you.
So for now, well.
So for this budget first April, yeah, because a speaker of parliament I promised and there by 28th of this month, you know, I approve budget. Into first April, this budget will take effect. First April, betting tax oboko. Oh, baby, baby, 17 taxes. In New South tax, 17 tax, 2017. If you do 17 taxes, 17 taxes.
Now we introduce
I never trainers, but on what? Trainer walk. Oh, on yes, say, Atakra.
As you are, we use 17 taxes. But me would have a tax component in 17 taxes in our year.
Me, what I call 2017. But one case Atokamna. Fair hosting in the Endama. Yeah, budget to ask him a project into Net Kafa 2017 taxes or abolish it. Fabra, who have you then a KG, who checkbook 17.5? No, that. It is on record the 20th Attack quest. Our Benimo. Our Benimo to say, I will tell you, man, them opposition. Since I know, say, yes, you budgeting will take effect. Ghana for no benye, Ubefil. My expect that next time, everybody. Epu work on everybody knows the corner is a besidu. And that baba there's a no what it's in your so what to that. Atokamna. As you know,
all right, face him.
I know Martin there. A campaign there at the on yet in baby if you now reality now done on you. You put out the ban on you know a budget for 2.6. Our budget for 3.8. It means that a interest a budget into. You see, a membuna Eden Yerubu. This baby Yedi, it is not about propaganda. It's about reality. My baby, new effect. Or Baba, in ya yati. And penny were there, Yankopon, I want Adam, budget in review. Where I took on taxes in Mamubomo. Mobama, my job, but the I'm saying more. But never, the 17 taxes is it not misleading? Misleading, Mambamo. Say 17.5 VAT and nature on real estate. 17.5 VAT on selected imported medicines that are not
that are not produced locally.
Yes, locally.
Domestic airlines. 5% VAT NHIL on real estate sales.
And
income tax on mutual fund and unit trust scheme. 25% income tax on real estate investment trust, 5% income tax on the commission of lotto agents and tax on lotto winnings, 1% special import levy, excise duty on petroleum, duty on importation of spare parts, levies imposed on kayaye, that is the what's the tax? Tax on gains from realization of security listed on Ghana Stock Exchange. It's can you now 17.
21 taxes no one.
21 taxes.
But
you said 17.
I took on it. I took on no. It's no. I'm say. Rare estate 17.5. selected medicine not imported locally. 2. I'm going for financial service 17.5. Import duty on importation of spare parts 1% special import levy 17.5 VAT on domestic airlines. When abolish levies imposed on Kaya, reduce import duties for some goods and vehicles, abolish excise duty on petroleum, provided full corporate tax deduction for private universities who plug back 100% of profit into the university, reduce national electrification scheme levy from 5% to 3%.
But this is not an abolishment of tax.
Reduce,
you have not abolished it. Scrapping the tax and then reducing it, is it the same? All right, so but I say. Ebusha, what's your bremi be 0244408046 0244408354 0244408046 0244408354. Good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, sir.
I'm Dawood Mekete.
Dawood, 10 seconds, me too.
I'm coming on Pocho, CCL institutions here, previous government, what broke out Buja was a good and a one you won't pay. What you want could you until the Macona wa Burguan or there in painful in shame because CCL in painful. You home what did the institution why am I been there and many a woman accountability in Yeguma into what for Hona may be a pen or ye into your best and may draw the Ghana yazing in any fomo on Yadama Yazidama Debiana Yaya no Kofu will be this kind of walk into this Albania will be on bomb for the foam now one family Yeguma Madasi
Yara Wasabaka only syndicated loan. Being there, Coco na Fibia Yetso, and Bank on Family Nankashim na say Ilusa wa Badamaka and other resources in Amoa or pull resources from bankers. No what amo. Then we couldn't na some research from friend hedging. On my catcher when the last year was on 80 cities. Nemum Muntum so bokosru so nkosru. I miss this no betwa 80 mochiamo. Nessa obanda wa abroad 100 and for no babamo honey hedging that put hedge the price na zakate wo facility mo me de mo huma kanyina atakora openiye sam so openiye na yempinfo na yedi wechiri na yemfo wechiri nshe bufa enti awo akanadam oba bechiri ngonai. An example is betting tax ya working when we make be a which be a water to one and the darampo more that to from nasa urban day a whole finance minister in him then know what's the margina not check the way him would net no a terrible what that shop na catching okay because I didn't be a resources na but big corner no can a big conference so you be an orphan there bezenimo a kid beautiful nippon ni more tardinason no was a cocker church them na say bane bohu iguo yo there your attitude.
All right.
Yes, in the middle is a grow madasi be break
Madasi daddy. All right. Good evening. Yes sir. Captain, 10 seconds me too.
Kastle FM. Hey, I know for better for worse, so Kastle FM, from bomb.
And I say, But it's a voice now, Mebwana. We better clarify on that issue. We make a distinction on that issue. We make that clarification. Aye. All right, that's it. Okay, that's it, baby. Okay. Good evening, boss.
Good evening, sir.
Yes, sir.
Mugomba chamu tukama kere sebo mpemfua wo parliament but wo kuya papa. Aja wo mpemfu mfumu re. Ayi demonstration ko parliament wo ni ko kase chwa wo kuya papa wo yake da ya ba mo an. Ni se parliament NDP wo ba wo kuya. NDP wo kuya. Ni wa ho en de ma no me skasu ndi. Ni te wa ina don ko fo. Oni e be ma sa ho enya papa.
Okay, let us say, Papa. I'm a baby, do. 10 seconds, me too. Few radio no, few radio no. Fast in the engine, aye.
Hey, I asked the woman. Kwamna.
Aba.
Hey, what fun done? My brother Sam. Ne dama adiye wa kwotro oda betinu ami benyo do ma search amuhu onye no he onka bebi kura o search mu nye na muso mu nko ho na mu nko hwe ai
abazina ayenze no
wo friend estimate yours dey njo wa abolish na wado na nkata nfa ya da mu wa atete wodon no na mepede minye da mi figan na muso mu search na mu hu ni de o che de nyanso ye mpanyimfo opede obe hen janda mana because say some mutu ma betno no aka kire hen de COVID-19 lazy enyi me de na vat abra his excellency mills other ways one year 2000 was 1996 na yen president that na nado where who demonstration enyi me na COVID-19 on kawa but the more beni you are basmu koi enyi ma on there on the even there COVID-19 what the attached to the VAT of the account man makata e won say e search e won mum na oba what the katachi ama so won twa no so wa so what that ka wo VAT no ho ye go to futi nyim shebeda oba no mo ye wo no we said there that mesikani hinnalan nkonte yan hin wo ye wo zama ye wo manin upon even you see no asemi na rike menya akwenye mentu menwuromi nwala nkasa no abla accountability pa eno wone finance minister eno onye dada wo safofuro wa basimi kwenya aba nkonte na wodi bu hen
all right
waba Bible akase no court wo parliament wo de kire hen that
all right
ya burodo this time around ya yem pay for ma mo boss na na takasa chicken ya yem pay for na for you to won chi because I need benyo do mu ntua tax mo fa mo na wo en fa just 1 week fi miss abrofa wa abla me sabeti me do for mu wie
may I say but na wie good evening Baby Jennifer me too 10 seconds
Kastle FM.
Matty.
For better for worse, so Kastle FM. For bomb.
Somewhat to warm. I'm a baby fish, no. A young mother, Mamma boat, youth air boat. Most of some defenders are now more in your bed. It is a chef, but every time I say, more empty before the Patayami and Hano. What kind of question? Feel up. They can't come no matter to want to play a place, but then, wow, Mom, this year, this year, you're gonna for your woman. Let me tell you.
May I say, Mammy Jennifer?
Kastle FM 90.3.
Okay. Let us say, good evening.
Good evening, boss.
Yes, sir.
That's one of Muhammad Ali Akufi Abor.
All right, Ekunfi Abar, Yechawan, Yenteu.
Muhammad Mekatan. The China Nata.
All right.
Why are the Wakasa, Wilakasa, Woman, and why are the Wajakin so much? Ma Ghana also call men to try about you want one shilling in the jar would you win in Pama. More yen there, by now, we can call people to care with you. I'm not, but my actually was so to attempt. That's it. When you there, public tax for public tax require for the Wadi and nature, public no law, what do you tax? And then you can have one power, even if the public tax in general, you haven't got some money there. Oh, yeah, because the setting up on I thought the instead to one of the oh, yeah, then I have that's me. I put family, but no, the system one by you. I am Yara coming to my mother. So you might have known that.
May I say, Papa, may I say, okay. Last call, good evening.
Good evening, Uncle Amra.
Yes, sir.
Uncle Mampocho, former finance minister, the press conference now after budget in Oyen, a boy in Chobu, Ghana for Papa. Because in some working in Ojinano,
yeah.
So I don't know, they but Sissy and Biana, oh, there are some former finance minister, okay. And that's
okay. So, may I say, Bibri, okay, Mammy Faina, and Fancy. Last caller, good evening. Good evening. Hello? Okay, on Temenka. All right. It was a young too far of Refubia Bio, may fall sooner and Temenka. I see, it is always easy to blame and point fingers at politicians when it comes to state rot and criminalities. But trust me, the so-called state-owned companies and their appointed leaders and workers are the problem of this country. In fact, they are not just criminals, but evil people who don't care about us. I mean, not one bit but themselves, family and friends and girlfriends. But their days are numbered and they will never escape judgment. K from Oye Pedu. K Medasi. Another cry. Yeah, call.
Kwamina ye kono yanchia yenda tifo mo free nyina ase nyame boa wo chena me chairman or ward coordinator or mangwase adwempa ya brodu nkwa chairman odwuma ne papa nimpon o chena ne ye ma no ye hye ne da wa brodu nkwa the background so nti ndc fo nyina o me yenkoboa ye chairman odwuma na ye nua no mo ye akonkyere yezungu kokos Osman Samed your friend coach Polo or Abroad nkwa oni anti meli ne nkramofuo nyina menua mo ye fasting nyina no ye chia o na o nya ahoden so no mo nya adwuma fasting ni yi no mo mpai papa e mo my Ghana ni eeke nkenka abura se ebu kwa ma kase emra se bedwani na ne sansun puntu dwuma so ne sansun akonya bebere so no ntimi meboa ye yuta omo pe konya no omo dia ye bibi ye do bibia o fle ye bia se ye do bibia samre o se na da ade tie ye so ase adwuma wura ye papa je kunso mechia
na ata krasante medase sam
atokam na me mfa nchie so nkoma me madam Quinsta Eduahin Olute oyendo nua besia Chelsea and then Nawoda Mankasa sumunda nyame ase the Sunday last week Thursday no my birthday.
Oh, okay.
But on them independence celebration into ama musement
Kwame Ghana.
Me sister match and proud one. I mean chia MPP before I would say imagine I mean chia about Mpasa Rafu baby obia. Okay. Na mean chia am benyodo me hu there ono ze se me be studio an na enyo agibasa. Entertain bia so masra nyame nsem nkwa na wozen na maaba na so nenyu age na wetumu afre mampeda mekan de yenyina ye pegana ni ye na mum no kwa na bebe ye do oda amanyefo ye di kira Ghana fo as simple as that. Zawaze ahwe be feed and was once be feed me do bibi as
Kami say maso me da say na natakra you people started well but party's sentiment you brought into it has spelled all of your submissions. You started with Ghana and we're making it look like Ghana first. So you people should have continued. Next time, exempt the party politics from it. Aim high from Elmina. And very last one here. My party, the NPP, abolished 17 taxes and imposed over 40 draconian taxes. Aim high. All right, may that say. Ridge Royal Hotel and Afi Betway. Wani Ejumuku Awabwe Emma Yezi Jumezi Yazibro Bernardo Go Osman FKK production team Waboy in Dom Blackus Train Tum Onye Alfred call Facebook and YouTube. I will do messages by our fray. I will say Freya Brenity Yin Tim na Yamfa. Our train will Facebook. Yenya akoro option free takwa Facebook yada se bebre da wonso ayanedam na eze mayen yemfensi na yen sordo nyame adoma ochena yabesan abetina se na yeze nkomo foforo yeze abro kede dwumezi yesha se wabra wabo no na ebien na wobo no nim pepepe na yeze aba ewi eho odinti u messages na yeze ba na yeze abantam. Shama Bedna Benya connected straight from Eskadukatan Kojokrom constituency. Suffocated Association MPP. You guys gonna stay in opposition till 25th April 2072 period. My core mandate is to okay. All right. My core mandate is to crack down MPP into pieces simpliciter. Long live JDM, long live NDC. Greetings to already George Justice Atta, alias Hala DJ. All right. Professor Jace, Grace Ayensu Dankwa. All right. I will say this. Have a wonderful good evening. Bye bye.